Now, we have our first conversation here today. We will be looking at unethical practices that kill businesses faster than economic factors with Jennifer Orode. Now, she's a trained and experienced business development manager, a member of the Chartered Management Institute, United Kingdom, and a Chartered Manager, Nigeria Institute of Management. She is also a customer service expert and a coach certified by the National Customer Service Association. Jennifer, you are welcome.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Here.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. Now, we've got a very, very interesting topic here today. Practices that actually kill businesses in Nigeria. I think it's something that everybody who's inside of a business or who's going into business needs to know. But when you say practices that kill businesses faster than the economic factors, what exactly do you mean? What are we looking at?
Okay, so yeah, a lot of people say, oh, the economy is bad, it's the reason my business is the way it is. And everybody is, we're all quick to blaming the economy and the factors that are not in our favor. But the truth is, every business person going into business, you already know you are not in control of that. You are not in control of those factors. But again, we seem to forget that other factors are also impacting our business. And these are the things that we're not looking at. Unethical practices. Take, for instance, lack of integrity in your business, inconsistency in your business, your culture, lack of structure in your business. And then you say these are the things that are within your control, but you're doing nothing about them. How are you losing customers? Why are you losing customers? It's not the economic factor. If you want to stay relevant in business and sustainability is all you look at, then you know that these factors are things that are within your control. You can use to attract the customer. And because really, we are in the business of the customer.
Now, very interesting that you should mention culture, because I've always been one that says, hey, the culture inside affects the product. The product is what you're selling to your people. So if you don't have a good culture, then you don't have a good product and you wouldn't have a return for customers. That's actually very interesting. But apart from this, what else causes this assertion that you have regarding unethical practices killing businesses? What's the cause for this assertion?
So I think that the way entrepreneurs or business owners set out about the business is the beginning of why businesses are failing. And then if you ask me, what is this thing? How should they have set out? And my simple answer to that would be branding. A lot of people think that branding is about logos, colors, mission statements, and just give it to someone to put everything together for you. No, that's not branding. Branding is way beyond that. Branding is perception. What the customer would feel, who the customer is interacting with, what is the message the customer gets at the point they are Googling your business. That's branding.
So
and then the intangible elements are actually the very important ones. But you find out that a lot of people think that the tangible one is. No. The intangible actually gives soul to the tangible ones.
Nice. Interesting.
And this is where you have your core values. So if you are going into business as a business person, the first thing I'll ask you is, what are your values? Because the business is going to adopt the value of the entrepreneur. So what are your values? And then if you come to me and say, oh, Jennifer, I want to build a brand, the first question I'll ask you is, what are your values? If you don't have integrity, I'm not building for you. Because really, the customers are looking to identify with these values over and above your product, over and above your service. Every customer doesn't want a perfect product.
But the people are also part of that product, if you ask me, since we spoke about culture. The people inside of that business are also a very big factor as well.
Absolutely.
So how do you, at Ingenium, solve that people problem for
so even in my book, there's a chapter I call the people over profit. Now, your structure, the most important element of your structure is your workforce. And I say every time, if you get it wrong, if you onboard the wrong set of employees, then you're absolutely not going to give the transformation you have set out to give to the customer. Because your employees actually, they implement your structure, they take your vision, they take your value and create that transformation for the customer. Now, if you have onboarded wrongly, how do you hope to pass on the transformation to the customer? Remind you, every customer is looking for a business to recruit. How recruitable is your business? And then if your workforce is not ready to carry out your transformation, then what then are you doing? Because these are the people that will interact with your customers directly.
Yeah.
And there's
so in a very summarized version, how do you help a business that is perhaps maybe it's well on its way?
Okay.
You've instilled these cultures in them. However, things happen, complications come in. How do you maintain that structure, maintain that culture inside of a business that's ongoing already?
Okay, so the thing is, you don't just build structures and allow them to just run that way. No, there has to be consistent evaluation. You need to keep looking for the gaps and then filling up those gaps. That's the only way you can survive. Structures what are structures? They are just various elements in your organization you are piecing together. Now, you need to also look for the gaps. Now, in looking for the gaps, you would find out that, oh, my business is going to crumble if I don't. Like, there's something I always put on my page, and I say, if a bug you would not address would certainly cause a change you don't desire.
Interesting.
So fix that bug and your structure will be fine. And again, how do you do this? It's through training. I am big on training and knowledge. It's through training. Now, don't go for, I keep saying, don't do the generic training. When you understand the gap in your structure, look for a training to fix that impact. That's how it becomes very effective and implementation is in order.
Now you look for the exact.
Look for the exact. Take, for instance, customer service. The curriculum is quite large, and a lot of organizations, so I send them for customer training. No, it's not effective because they won't implement immediately. But if you know that the issue with your customer service team, oh, by the way, it shouldn't even be a team, it should be a culture, is addressing or handling difficult clients, what you should go for is to look for an expert that understands crisis management.
Targeted training.
That's
is what
you should do.
Jennifer, that is very interesting. And I'm sure that there's a lot that you actually have to tell that we can't even put inside of these few minutes that we are having you on board. But I'm sure that everybody who's on has seen how they can get this contact and actually maybe perhaps reach out to you so you can help their businesses. And maybe even individuals as well, like myself, I can also reach out to you.
Absolutely, I'll
Jennifer,
be glad.
Thank you very much for coming on.
Thank you so much for having me.
It's grand to have you. And we're looking forward to having you back, maybe on our business segment.
I will be back.
Teach us some more of these very important stuff that businesses need to know. Well, that's it. Do stay tuned. We've got more here inside of Wake Up Nigeria. It's only the first hour. We haven't yet told you guys what's cooking inside the kitchen. If you stick around, you'll find out. We'll be back.